Hey everybody! It's the last day of World Book Week and we hope you've had a brilliant time reading loads of different stories this week. Now today is an extra special day, this Friday, our very last day of home learning. Woo! And we can't wait to see you all on Monday for school to start. So today we're giving you a really special day to finish Book Week. And you get to make your own book today. So it's going to be really exciting. I hope you are going to look forward to this challenge. So, make your own book today. I've got some ideas that I've put together to help you, because you might be thinking, I don't know how to make my own book. Also, I'm going to put some links on this Dojo post so that you can watch some YouTube clips to show you some ideas of how you might make your very own book. But there's no right or wrong answer today. We just want you to have fun, have some time to enjoy creating your own book. So, choose what you would like your book or story to be about. Now, you could decide that your book is going to be a comic. You might love drawing and you might love making pictures and illustrations. You might like doing neat speech bubbles. So you don't have to do a book with loads and loads of words. You might think, today I'm going to make my own little comic book. You can invent your own little characters or use some characters that you know already and make your own comic. That could be really fun. You might love jokes. So maybe you can make your own joke book. You could use jokes that you find. You might want to draw your own pictures. It might be something you'd like to do. I don't think I'll choose this because I'm not very good at telling jokes. You might want to make your own adventure book. You might just love adventures. I can see adventure books on here like Traction Man. Maybe you can make your own Traction Man adventure story. Or you might make your very own pirate story. Or a dragon story. Some kind of an adventure book today. You might want to just make a funny book. A story that makes you have a little chuckle and that's just funny. That you might have a good idea for. You could write your own fairy tale or fantasy story if you love fairy tales or you love mermaids, or the Rainbow Magic books, or Peter Pan and all those adventurous fantasy tales. Maybe you could think of your very own idea to come up with your own story for that. Maybe you could rewrite a classic story that you might have looked at. If you're one of the older children in our school, you might have studied a classic story. You might want to add your own twist to it. Maybe you could write a scary story. You might really enjoy stories with a little bit of a scare. Maybe that's something you'd like to do. Maybe you love non-fiction books, so you think, hey, I'd like to write my own. There's a subject I love cars. So you might want to make a book all about cars and print pictures off of the internet and cut them out and stick them in. You might love bikes or gardening or growing vegetables. And you might want to do a book all about your allotment if you grow vegetables or something like that. So have a think if there's something that you would like to write a non-fiction book about. Maybe you love history, so you think your book could relate to something in history. Maybe you could make your own poetry or rhyme book. Maybe you love sports. You might want to base a book on some kind of sport, or you might want to make a football book about how to play football or make up your own story, fiction, non-fiction. Maybe it could be a book about the world. You might want to do an information book about the world or make up your own story or travel the world, print pictures out with maps and flags, things like that you love. I'd love to see some of your pictures once you've finished your books so that we can share them. So please make sure you put them on Dojo and we can have a little look at the books at the end of the day. Now, if you're still not sure what to choose, there are some ideas. I'm going to give you some ideas. If you think, I can't choose that, there's too much to make a book about from those ideas. How about you just make a book all about you? So on the front you could put all about me and write your name. That could be a lovely book. Or another idea, write a book that's a bit like a diary. A about your lockdown in 2020 and 2021, what it was like for you, what homeschooling's been like for you and your family. So it's almost a bit like a record that you can keep. And then when you're as old as me, you can read back and remember what the lockdown was like for you and your family. Maybe you could make a book about Christchurch for someone who's brand new to our school, who doesn't know much about our school. Or it could be a book about Christchurch for you to keep as a memory of your time in our school. And when you're a very old person, you can enjoy looking back and reading it. Maybe you could make up your own story, maybe about a snowy adventure. We've recently had snow, haven't we? So maybe you could make a story of a book about how your snowman comes to life, like that lovely snowman book that we enjoy. I love watching at Christmas. Maybe you could have your snowman come to life. Maybe it could be about adventures on a sledge. And the other idea, maybe a book about the adventures of Pirate Mad John Flint. Where's he been during lockdown? Has he been ahoy on a ship? Has he been looking for treasure? Maybe make up your own story. He could be your main character. Maybe you could write your own bear hunt story. You could change the location or change the characters, and they might be hunted for something else altogether. Maybe you could write your own Gruffalo story, where you change the Gruffalo to a different character. I've given you loads of different ideas there, and I'm going to post some of the web links onto the bottom of this post so that you've got some ideas if you want to know how to make a flip book or a pop-up book, or there's a little folded A4 book to make pages, so I'm going to attach that to this post to give you some ideas of different types of books. It might be you just want to make a picture book today. Some of our books in school are called wordless books, and they're like an amazing story that takes you on an adventure without any single word. So it could be a wordless book if you love art and you want to bring some of your characters to life. So, there's no right or wrong. We just want you to spend this day creating a book. You might want to spend the first hour working on a front cover. Then you might want to spend some time doing the illustrations. You might find it helpful to do a story map or plan out your story, what's going to be the beginning, the middle and the end, or if you're doing a non-fiction, what kinds of things you want to cover in it. You might want to print pictures off of the internet that are going to go in your book. You might want to stick in some photos if it's all about you and your family. So, over to you. I cannot wait to see what some of you come up with. So make sure you put your books on portfolio. Maybe you can send them to me as well so I get to see them, but I'll try and have a look on your portfolios as well. So happy book making day, everybody, and happy last day of home learning.